What up, viewers? What up? What up? Today is Friday, May 24th. Pretty long weekend to look forward to. But like all Fridays, I'd like to start off with just a quick recap of what's happening in video game news. So let's start it off. There wasn't any like overarching. I don't think there was any big game launches. I think Team Sonic Racing launched this week. But no like big blockbuster AAA titles that launched this week. So the next biggest thing I have to fall back on is this whole political loot box thing that's going on. So I believe there's a bill in the U.S. There's a bill that people have been working on to make loot boxes pretty much illegal. Pretty weird. I don't know what to do in a time like this. It's just pretty crazy. It's got bipartisan support. One of the things that kind of like made me scratch my head was, not scratch my head, but the way that it's described, the way that loot boxes are described, it was like anything, any kind of boost that helps ease players' interaction with the game. So any of those like XP kind of drops, those were counted in this like bill. I'll put a link that has all of like the legalese, which it was pretty interesting just seeing all the legalese associated with loot boxes, because I work in the industry and it's something I interact with on a day-to-day basis. But just the fact that it was written in like legal standards, there's a lot more like there's a lot heavier like writing when you write in legalese. It was just weird to see loot boxes or the player XP boosts or this or that being described in these like legal terms. It was really weird, but yeah, it looks like it's got bipartisan support, and it could go through. So it could definitely impact the video game industry. I was trying to think of like, especially on the back of like this China tariff, which is like killing my board games industry now. Like, I don't know if saying no more loot boxes is gonna kill the gaming industry, but like some of those big AAA titles that like thrive off your MTX money are gonna suffer for that. So I don't know how they replace that or how you get around that, but hopefully it's better for the consumer. It's not just a way to like kill the gaming industry as a whole. But yeah, that's what I saw about loot boxes. Tell me what you think down below. It's a pretty crazy story. I don't know where I stand on it. I mean, I think loot boxes have been bad for the gaming industry. But I'm surprised it's come to a head now. I guess things take a little bit longer, but it's been FIFA Ultimate Team's been a thing for probably a decade now, or at least couple years. I know the industry these kind of like legal political things take a while to get going, but it's just crazy. Maybe it's all a reaction still from like Battlefront 2. I think that was cited in the article. But yeah, crazy to see. Moving on, two big mobile games were announced this week. Mario Kart on mobile, which I feel like I've heard about for quite some time. And it might be closer than some of the other video game rumors that you've heard. The big one I saw, the other one that I think is really big is League of Legends. League of Legends hasn't been in like the limelight for quite some time. I know it's constantly making money, but it hasn't been at the forefront of gaming, gamer identity or gamer zeitgeist for a while. And that coming to mobile could like really reinvigorate the community. I haven't logged into League in 5 years, I think, since college, 5 or 6 years, and yeah, it's just nuts. I would if I could link my mobile account to my actual PC account. That'd be crazy. And I can understand that you only have like 4 abilities that you can use, so that's gonna be really fun. I think I might actually start picking up and playing League of Legends on mobile. I haven't played a League of Legends game in quite some time. Like I said, that's super cool to see. And I know that once it's been ported to mobile, it makes it one step closer to being onto the Switch. And I love playing games on my Switch, like I always say every week. So maybe we get League on Switch. That'd be crazy. And then once you put it on Switch, do you put it on console? I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. Times are crazy. Another theory crafting internet hype machine thing that came this week was George R. R. Martin said that he is working with From Software on a video game. I don't know what that means, but it definitely gets the speculation wheels greased and people can start talking. Is this a Game of Thrones game that is going to be like an action action RPG like Bloodborne or Dark Souls? Or is something completely different? From Software has a pretty standard set of what they do, and if they're talking to George R. R. Martin, is it going to be set in the Game of Thrones universe? Is there just going to be Game of Thrones influence? Is it going to be something completely different? He's got a good, besides having a fantasy background, George R. R. Martin also has a lot of like superhero or sci-fi background, so maybe there's something else there. But you would think that if George R. R. Martin is working on something, it might be related to Game of Thrones. I just want the books, so the fact that he's running around talking to game studios and working on like 8 different TV projects, just give me the books. I want my freaking books. That's what I want. Please, George R. R. Martin, give me my books. Moving on, I saw a Plaguetale's Innocence Accolades trailer this week. First thing it brought up was like Jim Sterling saying that it was awesome or something like that. That was like the first quote in the trailer. Went through the whole trailer. The game looks really good. I'll have to look at how long to beat to see how long it is. But it looks like, like a 10 to 15 hour story-driven narrative game. Those are the types of games that I just chew up and love. So game's looking awesome, and it came up with all the 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 reviews at the end of the trailer. So I keep only hearing good things about it. I did see the 83 Metacritic, which is really good. Not the best, but really good. But I think the game looks awesome, and a lot of people are already calling it that it's going to be nominated for some games of the year, some video game award related. So yeah, the game looks cool. Dead Cells has a really cool DLC trailer. I didn't know Dead Cells had DLC, but I think they're adding more story or something to it. Could be another reason to pick up and blow the dust off your Dead Cells cartridge, or if you bought it digitally, to load it back up onto your limited space Nintendo Switch. The trailer was super cool. Check it out. I love the ending of the trailer. It's amazing. So yeah, tell me what you think of that. Moving on, like I do almost every week now, it seems. Bloodlines 2, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 keeps showing off each of its individual clans. And this week's was the Ventru clan, which, again, every time I hear these words, it's like it unlocks this bit of my memory from way back when I played the card game or played the White Wolf tabletop game. But yeah, the Ventru clan, these are the political leaders of the Vampire the Masquerade universe or world. Yeah, it has a pretty grim, dark expression of politics in the video. Super interesting. Could be cool to watch. Feel free to check it out. Looks crazy. And last but certainly not least, PlayStation, specifically, PlayStation is opening up a TV/movie studio. Brought up first couple questions come to mind was I had to check that it was PlayStation, not Sony, because Sony makes movies. So I was like, wait, Sony already has has a TV and film studio. What are we talking about here? But no, this is specifically PlayStation. And then that brought up other questions of isn't there a Nathan Drake movie in the works, and who's working on that? Is that just a Naughty Dog thing? And who is Naughty Dog working with, if not PlayStation or Sony? But yeah, I just seeing PlayStation getting their own studio just brought me up as a head scratcher. But I know that video game inspired movies or TV shows haven't been good in the past. I think Rampage is still the top grossing video game related movie, and that was probably just because of Dwayne the Rock Johnson, followed by Tomb Raider, I think. I don't know, but those things have been slowly working up to now. We have a Witcher Netflix series coming out. Did I hear about a Legend of Zelda Netflix series? I wonder how that'll do with a mute protagonist, unless they're gonna have him talk, in which case it would be just like the the original '80s cartoons. Which, excuse me, princess. Yeah, so that well, I've gotten a little bit off topic, but crazy to see that PlayStation is investing in making movies and films and TV shows around their IPs. Yeah, crazy. So that's it for the video game recap of the week. If you're watching this live on my Twitch channel, I appreciate you stopping by. A follow and a subscribe goes a long way. I've got my own Discord where I put all this, where I upload these videos to. If you're watching this on my YouTube page, you're probably watching this Saturday, which is when I typically upload these. And a follow and a subscribe goes a or a thumbs up and a subscribe goes a long way there. Hope you enjoy these. If you think I missed anything this week, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. And as always, hope you have a super day. Hope you have a super long weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope you have a super day. Bye.